I mean, you had Tim Waltz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do! What a creep! What a jerk! Like who derives joy from that?
Y'all talk about Elon Musk is going broke. He done lost half his net worth. Let's double it. Let's double it. First off, Teslas is ugly. I never understood the whole hype around having a Tesla. I think a lot of y'all just got a Tesla just for the sake of saying I got a Tesla. And them Cybertrucks, I don't even know why you would want to get that old ugly thing in the first place. Listen, I'm Elon Musk's biggest hater. Okay, y'all talking about his net worth, baby? He lost half his net worth. He was worth 400 billion. Now he worth 200 billion. Triple that. I want his net worth to be my net worth. I want his net worth to be my net worth. I make 20 something an hour. Matter of fact, I want his to be less. Let's triple it. Let's quadruple it. We can do better. Come on. As a matter of fact, let's make an example out of him, and then we start trickling down with everybody else. I'm with it. I love to see it. I love to see it. And he said empathy is a sign of weakness. Because guess what? I don't feel bad. I don't.
Oh no. Fraud and recalls and begging. Oh my. Elon's not just having a bad week, it's turned into a bad month. Maybe even a year if we play our cards right. Busy week for Tesla. As you may have heard, Tesla is recalling basically all Cybertrucks. And if I'm not mistaken, the only Tesla Elon himself has designed, that tracks. Because apparently the bulletproof panels are all glued on. That must be some expensive glue. For 100K. They can fly off at any time while you're speeding down the highway. So not only is it a danger to their drivers, who one could argue exercised their own free will, so they're a danger to others on the road as well. Which should surprise absolutely no one, by the way, if you understand the selfishness that being a billionaire actually requires. But on top of that, Tesla's accounting is raising some red flags. Because apparently there's $1.4 billion missing. What was that argument about Elon doesn't need our money because he's a billionaire, so why would he steal from the American taxpayer? Is that it? How many of his billions are made up? Short sellers have been sounding the alarm on Tesla for years. The Financial Times really took a closer look, and they found some tricky numbers. Essentially what they're saying is that based on what Tesla reported they spent on things, and the total value of assets that they ended up with doesn't jive. It's obviously not like a one-to-one thing. It should be close enough that if you spend $10 and end up with like $1 of assets, something's probably wrong. And the discrepancies are large enough to raise some questions. Now, who's going to ask the questions apart from journalists and the general public? Who knows? Because, of course, Elon is dismantling the SEC, the CFPB, the FAA, every agency that could ever hold him to account. Funny how that works. But he's a billionaire, right? What does he get out of this? They also pointed out some odd patterns of behavior in terms of how much cash Tesla claims to have, how much debt it's taken on. None of that inherently points to fraud, but it is odd. Let's say. As odd as the 8,600 vehicles Tesla claimed it sold in a single weekend to claim $43 million worth of rebates in Canada? Maybe. Oh, did I mention that they've now been excluded from Toronto's EV incentives? As a final cherry on top, it appears that last night Elon finally started begging on the proverbial street, asking Tesla employees to please not sell their stock while the board and execs do. Ironically, this is the first time Elon has seen his workforce as holding any value. Quick recap, since it's changing so quickly, Tesla is now down over 40% this year. No one wants a piece of the Tesla pie anymore. Wonder why. Despite Tesla board members and executives dumping tens of millions of dollars worth of their stock, Elon really wants his employees to hold on for dear life. But he's a billionaire. He doesn't need their money. I don't know, Elon. This feels like you're asking for a little bit of empathy.
Elon Musk is having a rough time, from Tesla stock tanking to mass recalls of the Cybertruck to missing billions to even begging employees to hold on to their shares. This man is spiraling. And the internet, oh, they are having a field day. Let's break down how Elon Musk went from the genius billionaire to, well, this. Grab your popcorn because this is about to get messy.
First y'all made Elon cry, now y'all making him beg. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. This man is literally begging Tesla staff to hold on to their shares. He's begging, he's pleading with them. Okay? Please hold on to your shares. And remember, I put 3 fingers up, 4 top business executives for the company sold over $100 million worth of shares in early February. Remember, this man has lost over $200 billion from his net worth. He is begging them. An article just broke news that he is begging Tesla employees and Tesla staff to hold on to their shares. And I don't know how well that's going to do for him, considering Tesla Cybertruck just got hit with its 8th recall. 8th recall over safety regulations. Like, apparently, the outer external panel, you can literally peel. It is peeling off, especially for parts of the windshield. It literally is peeling off. And you could peel it off yourself if it doesn't do it on its own. And now y'all got him begging. And you know me, I tell you guys to go and fact check. Go on MSN.com right now. The title of the article is "Must Pleads with Tesla Staff Not to Sell Shares After Trump Backlash." It's honestly too fucking late. It's too late. Not only did you attach yourself to Donald Trump, but when you did attach yourself to Donald Trump, you got cocky. You got arrogant. You started telling other government officials and other politicians in other countries to shut up. You was using your platform X as a means to I don't know. And I don't know. To be honest, you enraged the people, but you were using that platform as if I have this big billboard and I can basically say whatever the fuck I want to say. Now you've lost public interest. People don't care about you. Anybody who was siding with you before as a business person loathes you now. They all hate you. And then all of the people that invested their money in you, because let's be honest, most of them not going to give a fuck about you unless you're taking money out of their pockets. Now that's what you're doing because you've decided to attach yourself to that man, get into politics, something that you should have never did, ruin not only your reputation, but because you ruined your reputation, you ruined the reputation of the business. And now all those investors are looking at you crazy because you losing their fucking money. Congratulations. But now that you have made this man cry on national television, y'all got this man begging. I want to see you guys combine that. I want this man begging and crying on his knees. That's what I want to see. And even then, we still not letting up.
Hey guys, I stopped by today not to wish you a happy Friday, but I want to try to give you a happy Friday. How about that? Okay, let's go. First, we had Elon out here crying and whining and talking about the mean left. Yeah, we're so bad. That was a good one. And now he's out here begging. He's went from crying and whining to begging. Yes, Elon Musk is begging his staff and his stockholders to hold on to their shares. Please don't sell another stock off. Please don't sell anymore. Just hold on. He's begging. The man who said that people who got benefits from the government were the parasites of the community is now on his hands and knees begging. The man who called our Social Security benefits entitlement programs that are Ponzi scams, he's now begging. Yeah, the man that said that U.S. aid was a fraud and went in and dismantled all of the programs. All of the departments that had him up under some type of investigation. All the agencies that had him cited for violations. He went in and dismantled all of those organizations. And now that same man is out on his hands and knees begging. You know why? Because his stock in Tesla has failed. The value has went down over $200 billion. And it's done that so fast that he's now in the Guinness Book of World Record as the individual that has lost the most wealth in the shortest amount of time in history. When I tell you that when the people speak up and when they get together and put one big unified voice together, the mighty crumble. The mighty and the powerful and the arrogant crumble. So now Elon Musk has went from calling people parasites. He's went from looking down his nose, calling people, welfare queens and all this crap. Now he's begging. And yeah, he's begging now because if his stocks continue to fall, if the value in his Tesla company continues to decline, he's going to have that loan that he took out on Twitter using Tesla stock as collateral. He's going to have that loan called. So he would not own Twitter anymore. And looks like the Tesla dealership or the Tesla board, they're trying to get him, they're demanding that he resigns. Is this a happy Friday? Did I give it to you? Did you get happy? That's all I want to know. If I didn't, I'm sorry. If I did, that's my job. So happy Friday, guys. Keep it up. Keep him begging. Keep him on his knees. Keep him regretting the day he ever met Donald Trump. Peace out. Oh, and before I'm out, is it great again yet? Asking for a friend. Doesn't look too great for Elon, though, does it? Happy Friday.
And I want to have a conversation with you. White South Africans front and center. I want to have a conversation with you. And don't get me wrong, I know I pissed you off the last time to the point in present day you're still making comments on those videos, but I digress. White South Africans front and center. Now, I wanted to get your attention because I know you identify with being a white South African. But European people, let's talk about your boy, your South African boy, Elon Musk, who was on Fox News crying because Tesla is tanking. His board members want him to resign, right? What did you think was going to happen when you already saw what was the result of apartheid in South Africa? Right? What did you think was going to happen? Right? A bunch of European go to South Africa. They maim, rape, kill, take like locusts, land, job, status. They tell black South African, the indigenous people of the land, and I'm not going to get into who was really indigenous. The black South Africans of the land, you displace them. Right? And then you begin to create wealth in which Elon Musk's father still owns an emerald mine, if I'm not mistaken, in South Africa, and that's where their wealth came from. With that being said, another thing that came up in the last video is that you guys think because you have 1, 2, 3, 5% African in your blood, that makes you South African. No, it does not. It just means you have the mother gene, because the mother gene is Africans, but I digress. That's a conversation for another day. And so what did you think was going to happen to Elon Musk? Because what happened is these Europeans came to South Africa, did what they did, and then proceeded to do it on the backs and the blood and the sweat of black South Africans until they rebelled and they said no more, and they protested, putting an end to apartheid. And so that's exactly what you kind of see the beginning phases of what's happening to Elon Musk, right? He thought he can do that. He can build that on the blood and sweat of other people. He can put other races down. He can create a social class that the tech elite are the only people, that 1% are the only people that should have wealth, so that you and I can be dependent on him on whether we feed our family, or be dependent on that oligarchy on whether we can feed our family. And now you're starting to see it crumble. And I am so glad that it happened so early on. Yeah. So y'all might not want to come to America with 3 Ks, right? Because I don't think that this nation is going to let this go on for too long. So I wanted to pull you front and center to remind you again that you're European with a small percentage of African, and it doesn't make you Africana. And so this video is intended to piss you up all over again. But again, like I said in the beginning, or I don't even know if I said it in this segment, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on, right? So what do you think about your boy Elon Musk crying on Fox News that he can no longer continue to treat the people that he's treated before, after, and now during the election, breaking programs, and now crying that everybody thinks he's the pariah that he is? Sound familiar? South Africaners.
So let's talk about Elon Musk, Tesla, and this absolute downward spiral we are witnessing in real time. Because if you haven't been paying attention, Tesla stock is tanking, investors are running, and Musk himself, he's out here begging employees not to sell their shares while top executives are crashing out millions. And let's be honest, the internet is eating this up. The reaction relentless, nobody is feeling bad for him. Why? Because this is what happens when you build an entire persona around arrogancy, when you act untouchable, and when you convince yourself that public goodwill doesn't matter. Now let's get into the numbers. Tesla stock has dropped by over 40% this year alone, and this hasn't just normal market fluctuation. This is a direct result of CEO making relentless business and PR decisions. Remember when Musk was out here picking fights with politicians, telling world leaders to shut up on X, and going all in with Trump? Yeah, that is the kind of thing that tanks public trust in a company. It's one thing to be polarizing figure, it's another actively alienates potential buyers and investors, and that is exactly what he did. Then there is the Cybertruck disaster. 8 record 8, and we are not talking about minor software bugs. We are talking about panel literally peeling off the truck like a cheap sticker. $100,000 vehicle, and the windshield panel are coming off in motion. Make it make sense. And Musk was out here hyping this thing up as a future cars. I mean, this is the same guy who shot a ball at the truck's window on stage, claiming it was indestructible, and shattered it in front of everyone. The warning signs were there from the start, but it gets worse because Tesla financials are looking real suspicious right now. According to reports, they have a 1.4 billion discrepancy that is missing money. Now, maybe it's bad counting, maybe it's worse, but what is undeniable is that Tesla numbers doesn't seem to be adding up, and this isn't even new. People have been calling out Tesla Shady financial for years. Short sellers have been screaming about it, but of course Musk and his fanboys always dismiss it as FUD, fear, uncertain, doubt. Now, well, reality is catching up. Let's talk about Musk himself. The man who once claimed that empathy is a weakness is now out here begging. The same guy who loves flexing his net worth every chance he got has now lost over $200 billion, and yet, even with half his fortune gone, he's still worth more than most countries. That is why nobody is shedding tears for him. Nobody cares that he went from being worth 400 billion to 200 billion. He's still a billionaire. He's still holding wealth most people can't even comprehend. So yeah, when people see him begging Tesla employees to hold on to their shares while executives dump theirs, it's not gonna sit right. And let's be real, this man made his bed. He played himself. He overestimated how much people actually liked him. He's not 2018 anymore. The days of Elon Musk being the cool, rebellious tech billionaire are gone. Back then, he was launching rockets and making electric cars mainstream. Now he's just another out of touch billionaire with a god complex, crying on the internet when people doesn't worship him, and he has nobody to blame but himself. His attachment to Trump, that was the final nail in the coffin. Business-wise, it was a suicide move because yeah, Trump has his fan base, but Tesla is not a MAGA product. Tesla, every adopters, the people who made it a success, a lot of them lay progressive. They bought into the idea of sustainability, of innovation, but Musk alienated that base, and what did he get in return? Trump's crowd doesn't even care about Tesla like that. They did rather roll coal in a diesel truck than drive an EV. So now, he's lost his core audience, and the people he tried to impress doesn't even care. And this whole free speech warrior art, that is just another self-inflicted wound. Buying X was one of the dumbest business decisions he ever made. He turned it into a cash pool, advertiser left, and now it's basically a failing platform he refused to let go of. And let's not forget, he didn't just mess up Twitter, he messed up his whole reputation in the process. And now here's the real kicker. Elon isn't only one losing money. His investors, they are bleeding, because while he's still sitting on billions, regular people who put their money into Tesla stock are taking real losses. And you know what happens when people start losing real money? They turn on you fast. That is why executives are dumping their stock. That is why Tesla board is looking shady. They know what's coming. They know the hype train has the trend, and they are crashing out before it's too late. So what happens next? Honestly, unless something drastic changes, Tesla is in trouble. The cars are getting worse, competition is getting stronger, and Musk has burned way too many bridges. Public perception is everything in business, and he's in the gutter. People don't trust him. Investors are losing faith, and if they see SEC or any other regulatory body actually digs into those financials, things could get a whole lot worse. So yeah, this isn't just a bad week for Elon. It's turning into a bad year, maybe even a bad era, and honestly, I don't feel bad for him. Anyway, that is for today. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you all think down below. Do you think Tesla can recover, or is this the beginning of the end for Elon? I will catch you in the next one.